Hi there, Mohamed. It's Andrew here once again. So, I can't stress enough that the problem of you writing too much is still an issue. If I just do a word count here, 504 words. That is double what is asked of you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what a 250-word essay should look like based on this question. So I'm going to write side by side to yours. So I'm going to try to include your ideas, but I'm going to write an ideal answer. So 3 things required in an intro: that you discuss the idea, give your opinion, and generally cover the ideas that you will talk about in your body paragraphs. So let's just get an idea of what you're going to talk about. So I gather from here that you believe the main cause to be population density and waste, and the solutions being a mixture of individual and government responsibilities. So, what do we need to do in the intro? We need to think about, it is clear that pollution, let's say pollution-related issues, are becoming worse in modern cities. I believe that population density, or actually let's say increasing population density and associated waste problems are primarily to blame, and that both governments and individuals should take responsibility for preventative action. So, we've covered the topic of the essay, we've given our opinion, and we've also discussed briefly what we believe to be the solution. So then, we could say the primary causes of pollution in fact, let's make it a little bit more you. Wherever there is human activity, there is pollution. Actually, we don't need that. Wherever there is human activity, there is pollution. And a high density of people will result in a larger scale problem. More specifically, issues of traffic congestion become prevalent. So more specifically, issues of traffic congestion become prevalent, which increases emissions. Furthermore, waste disposal services may struggle to cope with the large quantities of garbage produced by city dwellers. And then let's say Beijing, for example. Actually, not Beijing. Let's say Shanghai. Shanghai, for example, over the last 2 decades has witnessed a severe increase in respiratory problems associated with its air quality. Let's say worsening air quality. Human activity in dense cities is clearly the primary cause of pollution, as far as I am concerned, let's say. And then that is a good paragraph. We have a good discussion of one problem that we have already mentioned in our introduction. So now I'm just going to get rid of this and this, and then I'm going to tackle this one. So here we have, in order to reduce the problems associated with pollution, action is required from both individuals and governments. Proper regulation of cars and waste disposal, as well as enforcement of such policies, could have a significant effect on the behaviour of citizens. For example, governments have the ability to incentivize the use of public transport and the recycling of waste to tackle the problems. However, while government policy plays a key role in solving the pollution crisis, only the actions of the people creating the problem will have the desired effect. Let's actually change that. Only changing the actions of the people creating the problem will have a desired effect. And so proper enforcement, such as fines or even imprisonment, is necessary. And so proper enforcement, such as fines or even imprisonment, is necessary. And this one is not required. I made a mistake there. So once again, a well-considered paragraph. So let's get rid of this one. And now for the conclusion. So here we could just say, to conclude, while problems with pollution are worsening in dense cities, coordinated action from both government and citizens could have a rapid and considerable effect. I believe that legislative measures are necessary to tackle one of the worst crises of our age. And that is all that is required. So now, if we do a word count, 273. A perfect word count for an IELTS Task 2, if I do say so myself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you this one first, and I'm going to ask you to get started on your next Task 2 straight away, because it's the Task 2 that really needs some attention. So after seeing this one, this ideal answer crafted from your answer, I want your next response to more resemble this. I don't expect it to be quite so excellent, because I am a native English speaker and a professional academic writer. But I want you to try to aim to produce an essay in fewer even than 300 words, that has one idea of a paragraph fully considered, those ideas introduced in the intro and summarized in the conclusion. I'll speak to you soon, Mohamed.